The United States has about 6,200 nuclear weapons and Russia has 6,500 nuclear weapons. On the other hand, China is known to have about 300 and North Korea has about 30. Why aren't China and North Korea making more nuclear weapons? At the end of this video, you will know the answer. There are two main goals of the nuclear strategy. One is not to lose. The other is to win. You may be confused, but winning and not losing are different. An important factor that distinguishes these two goals is whether it is advantageous to attack first. In general, in a fistfight, it is advantageous to hit the opponent first. However, there are cases where such rules do not apply to nuclear warfare. Let's look at the first strategy. The goal is not to lose. An important term here is mutually assured destruction, which is hard to remember. Just remember as MAD. The concept of MAD is simple. If I die, you die too. Let's look at two examples. The red country has 3 nuclear weapons, and the blue country has 2 nuclear weapons. As the political relations between the two countries worsened, the red country launched 2 nuclear weapons against the blue, and all of blue's nuclear weapons were destroyed. To prevent this situation, the blue must have produced a large number of nuclear weapons and hide them well. Second, the red country has 3 nuclear weapons. The blue has deployed 2 nuclear weapons on the ground. The red country blew 2 nuclear weapons and destroyed weapons on the ground of the blue country. When the red country was celebrating that the first strike succeeded, the hidden submarine of the blue country appears, causing massive damage to the red country. Like the blue submarine that survived the red's first attack, it is very important to have a second strike capability that can survive. With the survivable retaliation capability, the blue country does not have to make a very large number of nuclear weapons. Here we have an important concept to remember. Through the threat of retaliation, preventing the enemy from attacking first is called nuclear deterrence. Let's reparaphrase. You have an enemy who is considering launching a nuclear attack against you. You know that you have the capability to inflict massive damage to the enemy after they attacked you. You can show your intention to retaliate against the enemy. This kind of threat would make the enemy fear of your retaliation so that they refrain from attacking you first. So, your enemy is deterred. One thing to keep in mind is that deterrence does not use threats to force an opponent to do something. It is to make the enemy not do what I do not want. Let's look at the second nuclear strategy, to win. To win a nuclear war, it's important to hit first and keep the enemy from fighting back. Simply, it is like, you can't retaliate. Let's look at two examples. After the red country preempted the blue land, the blue submarine successfully launched missiles into the red country. However, the red country missile defense system intercepted the missiles fired from the blue submarine. Let's look at another example. The blue country's submarine survived the attack of the red country appeared. However, the red country had an advanced submarine with very superior radar. The red submarine sank the blue submarine. In other words, it makes the retaliation of the enemy not viable, making the first strike advantageous. Let's summarize. What is important in the nuclear strategy is whether hitting first can lead to victory. If you aim not to lose, make sure that the enemy's first attack doesn't lead to their victory. Even if I am attacked first, I must be able to do great damage to my enemy, which we call mutually assured destruction. In order to achieve MAD, I must have a second strike capability, an example of which would be a submarine-launched ballistic missile or a large number of well-hidden nuclear weapons. Also, through the threat of retaliation, I can prevent the enemy from attacking me, which is called deterrence. On the other hand, the way to win is to attack first and I'm not attacked. In other words, it is important to disable my enemy's fighting back capability. An example would be an anti-submarine capability or a missile defense system. Thank you for your time.